And I think we're live. It says we're live. Um, how much light is too much? Um, trying to get that glare right. Can everybody hear me all right? We have a few people joining already. Very good. I don't know. We think too much light. I think that looks fine. I think that looks fine. Yeah, the quality's not great. What's up, everybody? We're watching Kill a Joke today. Um, how's the coronavirus treating everybody? Thought we'd get our minds off that and watch a little animated film called The Killing Joke, based on the Alan Moore book. In fact, hold on. Let me tweet it out. Um, yeah, we're starting at 4, so 15 minutes from now we're going to start. I already have it at the 0 minute mark, 0 seconds, right after the piracy screens or whatever. Yeah, right at the start of the movie. So whatever you're watching it on, if you're watching it on a DC Universe app or Amazon Prime, I have my Blu-ray that came with my DC Universe box set. Box set. But yeah, we're getting ready to watch this year. Star Wars fan says finally, awesome to see you, Star Wars fan. As per usual. Um, yeah, man, you've been looking forward to this one. Uh, Last time I watched this movie was about right before Hush, Batman Hush. So like right before I watched that, I watched this, and yeah, I kind of liked it a little bit better when I watched it. So there's that. You, oh, dog, Yukin's here. What's up, man? Thanks, Star Wars fan. Thanks, Star Wars fan. Yeah. Um, yeah, man. But I also hold on. I gotta tweet out the stream right now because I don't think it's shared. I think it's shared. Yeah, absolutely looking forward to it. Great. Mike's coming through all right, right? I don't have to change anything. Sounds all right. I mean, that's about as best it's gonna sound, right? So, um, yeah. And I also haven't shaved in like a week. It doesn't really grow in right here or right here, but it grows on the chin. It grows on the chin. Okay, hold on here. I'm getting this. I'm sharing this link on the interwebs. On the interwebs. Um, but yeah. Um, do 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 do. I always get that Jurassic Park song stuck in my head. But all right, it's out here. Um, Thank you, Star Wars fan. Mike's good. Doc, you liked Killing Joke? Oh, I love the book. I love the book. Absolutely love the book. Adore the book. Um, put that over there. But yeah, I had the deluxe edition of a Batman Killing Joke. As you see, it's a very short book. This book takes about like 20 minutes to read, 30 minutes if you're slow, right? So, but yeah, 20 minutes to read. Um, Deluxe edition. I forgot, I just read this yesterday again. Um, I forgot how short the book is. Look at this cover, by the way. This is the hard cover. It's kind of like that glare right there, but pretty dope. Pretty dope. I like this deluxe edition of the book. But as you see, it's like it is super thin, super thin. It's a one shot. Uh, its own story, everything like that. It's technically not canon, technically, but most people see it as canon anyway because it's a good origin for Oracle because she gets paralyzed in this book. Oh, but yeah. Hold on, maybe I can move this back a little bit like this. Okay. That'll be fine. That will be fine. Kyle's in the building. I'm doing pretty good, man. We're about to watch Killing Joke here in about 11 minutes. Um, but yeah, this is a very short book. Like this book's only like 20 minutes long. So like I mean, they had to add stuff in the movie. I think the movie's runtime is hour and 16 minutes. So they had to add some stuff. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's all a matter of like what you like in the movie. If you like anything they added, a lot of people don't like what they added, but I think there's actually good reasons for why they added what they added. Big Lee's in the building. What's up? What's up, man? Um, but yeah, I think there's actually good reasons for the stuff they added. It's a lot. Not, I mean, if you watch the Bruce Timm interviews of like Superman Red Sun, he says they cut out stuff for time, which was like ridiculous, right? Like, because the book is shorter than the movie, so you didn't cut out stuff for time. You cut out stuff because you didn't like it, right? But in the Killing Joke, you could put the whole book on screen, and you still got like 40 minutes to fill, like what I'm saying, for it to be a movie. Um, which is why I partly think that they probably should have just did like you know uh an animated short, like the Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam movie. Like it was only like a 40-minute film. That's probably what they should have did for Killing Joke. But yeah, Kyle says the Killing Joke was his first comic he ever read back in 2013. That's right after Dark Knight Rises, right? That's Man of Steel, 2013. Yeah, man, it's a great book to start getting into comics with. Uh, because I mean it's its own like self-contained story, really. So I mean you don't have to worry about a continuity or anything with this one. But it helps, if you've read a bunch of like Joker stories and Batman stories, and then you read this. This is kind of like almost the cap. This is almost like the end to a Batman Joker story, or it's the end of Batman trying to save Joker. I think that's like what the book's really about. Uh, because before Batman's always trying to save Joker, right? He's always trying to save him. But this one, he like gives up. He's like, I'm done trying to save you, man. We're either gonna kill each other, and that's how it's gonna end. Um, yeah, one bad day. It says on the back here. Who wrote the foreword for this introduction by Tim Sale? Um, but yeah, but this deluxe edition also comes with a bonus like little comic in the back here, where it's like a little story about um, what Batman dying. He gets shot in the head. That's like a little bonus story in the back. It has nothing to do with the actual story here. It's just like a little extra thing. Um, but yeah, man, I fucking love this deluxe edition. Kyle says, back then I thought Batman was just simply arresting Joker at the end, but now I definitely think he killed him. You're definitely not wrong in that assumption. I think a lot of people have that same assumption. They're just too scared to say it because of the whole Batman doesn't kill. But like, I flipped right to it here. Um, if you notice, the police lights of the cars like pulling up back here, and you see Batman reaching for Joker. This is the deluxe edition. If you actually have the original comic book, they actually altered this. Batman's hands are actually closer to his neck in the original book. So they altered this a little bit. As you see, they're laughing, 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 and then the laughing stops. So it's the assumption that Batman kills him. Um, and Batman's like snapped. This is Batman's one bad day. The story's about Joker's origin, his one bad day. But I really think in the end, this is Batman's bad day, right? Because he lost Batgirl. Uh, he almost lost Commissioner Gordon. Uh, he can't stop Joker no matter what he does. Uh, it just keeps getting worse and worse for Batman in the book, really. Uh, Metalheads is here. What's up, man? We're about to watch Killing Joke in about 6 minutes. 6 minutes here. I don't know if we want this down a little bit, but yeah, man. Oh, we got some people in here. We're all ready to watch this. Kyle says, as he should, by the way, he should kill him. He's doing the city a favor, but most importantly, he's doing himself a favor. Yeah, um, I am a proponent of Batman, taking out Joker, but there are good reasons why he doesn't, because Batman himself is a crazy person. Like, I mean, I don't think there's a way to get around that. Batman is, um, he's a traumatized person. He's dressing up like a bat, fighting criminals and stuff. So it's like he's not stable, right? So if he kills Joker, that that might set off Batman even more, um, because he's not stable enough to handle it. And I think Batman knows that about himself. That's why he refuses to kill, because he already knows he's on edge, right? He's already on the edge, like all the time, because he's Batman. Um, but yeah, uh, yeah, he'll think he'll go off the deep end if he kills Joker, right? But that's just what Batman thinks. We don't know. You don't know until it happens, right? Uh, Gotta stay hydrated, guys. Gotta stay hydrated. But yeah, a lot of people have problems with this movie. It has a lot to do with this opening act. That's all brand new and just added. We're starting in 4 minutes here. 4 minutes. I am already at the 0 minute, 0 second mark, so everybody can just get your copies ready and lined up here. Obviously, I can't show it live on the stream because the video will be copyrighted and taken down. Um, so yeah, obviously that's the case. But yeah, I always get comments like in the weeks later after I post these, and people are like, "Why aren't you showing the movie?" And it's just like, goddamn, like retard alert. But yeah, I mean, if you have the DC Universe app, you should have access to this. Um, there's also the Blu-ray, and you could probably get it on Amazon Prime, and probably most places where you could buy movies. Um, as long as Batman's not killing innocents, Kyle's fine with it. They're it's not that he'll kill his other villains. Uh, uh, it's that he'll be broken, right? Like Batman won't be able to like function anymore. Um, you know, and whether that means he's going to kill his other villains, that could be a case. I can't imagine Batman would start killing innocent people, but you know, Batman is an authoritarian. He is a what do you call it? Um, Not so much a totalitarian, not so much that, but he is very much like Big Brother. Uh, not communist, but if you read Kingdom Come, you know what I'm talking about. Batman, he's very overprotective. Let's say that. Let's say overprotective. In Kingdom Come, he obviously has all the drones surveilling the city all the time, so no one could do anything bad in Gotham, right? Without Batman knowing, and uh, it's very authoritarian of him. So, you know, we could always question Batman's morals here. I don't think there's a problem with that. I think that's the problem a lot of people have with BBS, is that the movie was questioning Batman's morality. Uh, but of course, people don't like to see that. They just like to see their heroes do the right thing all the time. Um, and just like religious figures, right? You don't want to see. You don't want to see the story about how Jesus, you know, had sex with some prostitute, right? You don't want to see that story, but it probably happened, right? Just want to hear the good stuff. But yeah, we're starting soon. 1 minute time. Actually, I'll give it 60 seconds. Starting now. So Get ready, guys. 60 seconds away. Oh yeah, or the Pope molesting kids, right? Star Wars. Yeah, no one wants to hear the bad stuff, right? Um, but yeah, I've seen this movie a couple times now, so I'm probably gonna be commenting a lot as we go through it. And I really forget like how short and simple this book is. I mean, it's not simple, but it's like it's a quick read. It's a quick read. Kyle says he doesn't mind the Batgirl and Batman relationship. Okay, we're 30 seconds away, guys. What's up, Ryan Rivera? Glad to see you here. We are about to watch The Killing Joke. If you have your Killing Joke copy, get it ready, pump it in, get to the 0 second, 0 minute mark, past all the privacy screens, and we're starting here in 10 seconds here, all right? Uh, I'll do a countdown, and on play, that's when we're going to hit the play button, okay? So here we go. Five, four, three, two, one, and play. And it's going now. Warner Brothers animation logo has popped up. We're on our way, guys. We are on our way here. DC Comics logo. I'm gonna actually put the other earbud in there. Um, that's obviously they are being very meta right here at the beginning because Batgirl's starting with an opening narration and she says, "I bet you were expecting something else, right?" Because this is not how Killing Joke starts at all. This whole opening 28 minutes is all Batgirl and establishing her, which I think is an interesting take on the Killing Joke book because Batgirl's only in this book for about 2 pages, 2 3 pages. That's it. That's all you see of her in this book. But they wanted to expand on her more, and I understand why because that kind of um that kind of like gets you more attached to her. So when it happens, when the moment happens when she gets shot, you understand, and it's a lot better for actually it's a little loud. It's a lot better for first time viewers, right? If you haven't read the Killing Joke book, you don't really know much about Batgirl. Um, this is probably the movie for you because you can learn her relationship with Batman and everything. And it's all in this movie. You don't have to really watch anything else to understand that. Um, but of course, when reading the book, you're always supposed to understand who Batgirl is and everything, what her relationship to Bruce is. And obviously, get a nice little action scene here with the cops chasing this rig. And I don't. This looks almost CG right here, like CG animation. Cool Batmobile. I actually like the design of that Batmobile. Um, but yeah, Batgirl helping him. And I think a lot of people get confused about what Batman's role is to Batgirl. Um, I think Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. I think she sees Bruce Wayne as her mentor, right? Her teacher. She doesn't see him as a father figure because she already has a father figure, right? Her father figure is Commissioner Gordon, her dad. So it's not like Batman's another father figure for her. He's her mentor. So um, when people are surprised that they have a relationship and they do get down, uh, I think they're coming at it with the assumption that she's a lot younger than Batman, which is not the case. She's a full woman when she becomes Batgirl, right? So uh, she's not like Robin. Like Robin's, Batman adopts, he raises Robin, all the Robins. So yeah, to Robin, Batman is a father figure. Um, but they're raised from a young age with Batman. And Batgirl kind of joins Batman when she's like 18. She's already an adult. She already has her like morality and everything that she learned it from her father. Um, so I think people they see Batgirl as like another like Robin type figure for Batman. So I think that's what bothers people a lot with the whole sex thing that happens in this movie. Um, Ryan Rivera, we don't know the age gap. We don't know the age gap. We're assuming Batman's like 35, right? But he could be younger. He could be like 30 in this movie. They never say an age in this movie. And we know Batgirl is definitely in college because of the scenes, right? So Batgirl could be a senior in college. She could be like 21, 22, you know? And Batman's only like 30. Like, that's not much of an age gap at all, really. Um, oh, yeah, Kyle. Oh, yeah, because Batman's already a broken person to begin with. So, like, if he starts killing villains, um, that's not gonna help things. That's not helping things. I like this character they added. This guy, I forget his name. He's a son of a mob boss. I believe this mob boss is not Falcone. This is not Maroni. This might be a new mob boss for this movie, but he has I think this is like his nephew or something like that. And this nephew character is like trying to come on to Batgirl, right? In this movie. And he's like the misogynist, right? Like the ultimate misogynist in this movie. Um, but I like the character a lot. I think he's actually pretty entertaining. I would like to see him come back. Um, and they added a gay character, which doesn't happen often in these anime movies. It probably happens more now, but like this was kind of newer. Yeah, Batgirl, she's already like obsessed with Batman. And like she is. Like that's why she becomes Batgirl, because she is obsessed with Batman. Like, isn't that why anybody becomes a part of the Bat family? They really love Batman. Um dude, that was if you saw that shot, it showed a diner. That's the same diner from Shazam and Superman. So that was a cool little Easter egg right there. Uh, but yeah, all this stuff they had to add. None of this was in the book. Because once again, the book is very short. And I think they put a lot of the book in this movie. I think they put almost every panel in this movie. Almost. It's very close. Um, but still, even with all those scenes, they still need like another 40 minutes. Jetfire is in the building. Got done with work early and already having a beer. Oh, nice, man. If you got the Killing Joke, pop it in. Watch along with us. We're at the 7-minute mark, about to hit the 7-minute mark. You know what I'm saying? I got myself a beer as well. Uh, yeah, it's his uncle. So this is definitely he's a nephew of this mob boss. But I like him. He's like you see how like he's not intimidated by all that Batgirl. He's sexually interested in Batgirl. So they're kind of establishing that Batgirl is a sexual being, right? Like most women, right? But like uh, you know, she has a sex appeal to her, and this guy is infatuated with her, and he's a criminal, and he doesn't really mind getting beat up by her, right? So that's like I like that detail. Uh, I think it's demeaning to Batgirl. Like um, like he doesn't take her seriously at all. He's like, why should she be different than every other girl? So it's very demeaning to her, and Batman doesn't treat her like that. So that's another reason why she's like looking up to Batman, right? He treats her as almost an equal, but he's obviously a little overprotective of her, and she doesn't like that. Um, but obviously, Batman should have been more overprotective of Batgirl, and maybe what happens to her, when she gets paralyzed, maybe that wouldn't happen if Batman was more overprotective. Um, there's a good detail here in this opening 28 minutes that I'll explain later, but it really ties into the book nicely. It's a really small detail, and I'll explain in a second here. Ryan C's in the building. What's up, man? Kyle, yeah, who wouldn't be sexually interested in Batgirl? Yeah, I think that's what they're establishing, right? Like, she's not a kid to Batman. At least in this movie and in most of the comics, she's not a kid, right? Ryan C, we're at 9 minutes and 12 seconds, 13 seconds, yeah. Um, they're on the rooftop. Batgirl's drinking the coffee. A Batman gave her a coffee. He's trying to comfort her because she was almost raped. She was almost raped right there, guys, by that dude. Um, so already, like, Batgirl's going through shit, right? He's being protective of her. Don't go near this guy without him because this guy's a predator. He's trying to get it on with Batgirl every time they fight, right? So Batman doesn't want her being vulnerable like that. Um, because once again, maybe Batman's a little bit jealous. Maybe Batman has a thing for Batgirl. I think that's what they're trying to like imply, right? Um, right here. This is the part right here. She says she has a thing for her yoga instructor, which is Batman, right? Um, but this is actually good detail in the graphic novel in the book. Right before Barbara Gordon gets shot, she says that she's going to meet up with a friend for a yoga class. So it's already established in the book that she's going to yoga classes. So that's a funny detail that she's getting mad right now. Um, but that's a cool detail that relates to the book that she's like she's covering saying that she has a thing for her yoga instructor. Um, which is only a detail you would know if you read the book. So, um, pretty nice, pretty nice. Small detail, and they expanded on it, which I don't mind. I don't mind when these movies expand on what's already there, as long as you keep what's there, right? Um, and all these prostitutes on this boat, and I believe these guys are about to die because they pissed off the mob boss, right? Oh, and yeah, he had the prostitutes dressed up like Batgirl, so obviously, um, trying to be a established that this guy's really a dirty motherfucker, right? And Ian Glenn will be back as Bruce Wayne in season 3 too. Oh, you're talking about Titans, right, Kyle? Yeah. Uh, Ryan Rivera, she's a female Nightwing. Not quite, because Nightwing was a Robin, so he was raised by Bruce. Um, so there is a difference there. Like Batgirl doesn't become Batgirl until she's already like an adult, right? So um, I think that's actually a pretty significant difference between the characters. Um, because Batgirl's her own person when she becomes Batgirl, right? Um, that's what you'll see later in this animated film coming up here that she has she butts heads with Batman uh, because maybe she doesn't have that much reverence for him, I guess. But yeah, and they escaped the boat. They just escaped the boat. The bad guys, mob boss destroyed. But obviously, I mean, if you were a huge fan of the book and you popped in this movie not knowing anything, you'd probably be like what the fuck am I watching? But you got to understand that they had to make the movie longer. They had to add something, and I rather them add something that builds relationships and doesn't really infringe on the book. Like they're not replacing scenes from the book; they're adding something completely new to the front of it before the book even starts. So the book hasn't even started yet in this movie. The storyline hasn't really started yet. He's not afraid of you. Hmm. Jeff Fire says, "Never thought Batman had a thing for Batgirl. I always looked at it as Barbara was attracted to Batman because she's attracted to emotionally unavailable men." That could be the case too. Um, I mean, I think it's more like a thing, like how students fall in love with their professors, right? Like somebody that you revere, that you look up to a lot, which the Batgirl does with Batman. She looks up to him a lot. Uh, and she reveres him. She thinks about him all the time, right? uh, yeah, of course she would fall in love with him. I think what's extra surprising is that Batman reciprocates that, right? Like he comes back and actually has sex with her, right? Which is something Batman should have done, right? It was an irresponsible move. It was a mistake. Maybe that's another reason why people don't like the sex scene, is because it's like Batman, like, you're not thinking very logically. It's Batman thinking with his dick for a second, like for 1 second. Um, and he actually regrets it. Like after they have sex, you'll see Batman and he's avoiding talking to her, which I think is a great detail. Um, the bad guy, I forget his name, is talking to Barbara Gordon over her phone, trying to entice her to come after him, which is real dumb. Like Batgirl's being real dumb by like uh falling for this villain. Like she's just fallen right into what he wants her to do because she wants to. Oh, sorry, I burped. She wants to prove to Batman that she can handle it, right? Um, that she's not like somebody that needs to be taken care of. She can handle this sex abuser and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's yeah, Kyle. It's not the first time they've been extra close. But what's interesting is that a loving soul. Why should Batman regret it? You'll see. Like in this movie, he does. He regrets it because it's irresponsible. He's her mentor, right? He's trying to teach her, right? So like it is irresponsible to just like take advantage of her emotions and just sleep with her and just give in to what she wants. I mean, uh, but then again, I don't mind. I don't mind it, right? Victor Samaritan's here. He freaking hates this movie. First 40 minutes of this movie is just filler. It just didn't need to exist. Actually, it does need to exist. Like, if you take out the first 40 minutes, the movie's only 30 minutes long, right? Invictus Samaritan, it's only 30. This movie's an hour and 16 minutes long. You take out the first 40 minutes, which, by the way, is too much. I mean, this opening is only 28 minutes long. So you take out the first 28 minutes, you're left with a 40-minute film. You're left with a 50-minute film. It's really more of a short, right? Yeah, it would have Jeff Fire. Yeah, it would have been a short movie. It would have been more like the Batman, the Superman and Shazam movie, right? Where it's only like 40 minutes long. I could see them doing that, but this is the Killing Joke, right? This is one of the most famous Batman books of all time. So they wanted to make a full feature film out of it, and the only way you could do that is by adding stuff. They're on the rooftop. Batman's talking with Batgirl after he just saved her ass. I think they fuck right here, right? Is this the part where they fuck? This part where the hanky panky starts? Sanctimonious. It's still a game to you, still a thrill. The edge of what? Getting paralyzed, That's what she's gonna take it to the edge of. Damn. Batman's talking about all hope dying. Um, like that's very true to the Killing Joke. Batman feeling like there's no more hope. That's the sentiment of the book, right? When you're reading it, he has no more hope for Joker or saving. Like he feels like everything he's doing is not working, right? At least when you read the book, that's what it feels like. It feels like everything he's doing is just like not working. Um, obviously, I think that obviously Alan Moore's writing is better. I mean, there's no denying that. Alan Moore's writing is better. They try, they try. They try. They're fighting a little bit here. She get out a little aggression. She gets on top of him, and there you go. There's that sexual tension. Batman is kind of letting her, like Batman's letting her, man. This is not a get some nice curves here. But yeah, I mean it's pretty hot. And it's kind of dirty. They just have sex on a rooftop underneath a gargoyle. Kind of a little dirty. I would prefer clean sheets. In some AC environment, some air conditioned controlled environment. Uh, but they just have sex outside on a rooftop. Uh, in a dirty Gotham City. She's regretting it. Like the morning after, it's just like having sex. Everybody regrets it the morning after, right? I like that she has a gay friend. I don't know. I just like that. Like it seems very true to life, right? And the music's not that bad. I like the piano notes. He's been avoiding me and stuff. What do you guys would say there? Yeah, Victor Samaritan is just fine with the comics. That's fine. You don't have to watch the film. It's a lot like the Batman Hush animated film, right? It's like it doesn't need to exist, right? Um, yeah, Ryan Rivera. Batman Hush was ass. That was like that was atrocious. Batman Hush because they changed like the book, and I don't feel like they changed anything with Killing Joke. I feel like they just added to it. Um, um, this is like the weird feminist part that's in like every DC anime movie now. This this boyfriend's like, I need space, like get off my back, and then Batgirl just like throws him into the bushes. That seems like a like uh, uh not a good message to send to people, right? Not a good message because you shouldn't be throwing people into bushes because they need space, right? They feel like they're being constricted, right? I don't know. And Victor Samaritan, we will get to that when we get near the end of this movie. I already said a little bit at the beginning of the stream, but yeah, we'll definitely get to it. Um, what are you guys talking about here? I thought Dick Grayson and Barbara were a couple. Oh, Star Wars fan. I thought Dick Grayson and Barbara. Oh, yeah, they are. They are in a bunch of different versions. Actually, Dick Grayson fucks Star Sapphire, right? No, Starfire, not Star Sapphire, Starfire, the Teen Titan person, right? They're a couple. Uh, but he also fucks Batgirl. But see, Batman's driving. She's trying to talk to him, and she's like, "Is that an invitation?" He's like, "No." He doesn't. He's regretting, the actions that he did. He's regretting um back in business, and he says nothing. Uh, it's funny to see Batman uh react like this because Batman's a very emotional person. So of course he'd be like way too attached, and he doesn't like being that attached to somebody, right? So, um, like, and she's like, "It's just sex," and Batman obviously sees sex as something much bigger than Batgirl does, uh, because that's Batman. Batman deals in absolutes, really. I mean, Batman's Batmobile just got taken out by a regular rocket launcher. I don't know if I buy that, honestly. That's like the one part. Like one rocket launcher took out the Batmobile. Why doesn't everybody just carry around rocket launchers? Um, um, Ryan Rivera says he would like a live action Kingdom Come from Zach. Oh, with the cast back, that would make perfect sense, right? You bring Amy Adams back. You put some old lady makeup on her, right? Because by Kingdom Come, I think Lois is like She's either an old lady or she's dead. Like what? I forget the book. I have to reread that again. Uh, but yeah, like Superman has the gray streaks in his hair. So Henry Cavill would look dope with some gray streaks. I would get a little action scene here because I feel like a lot of these DC animated movies they feel the need to put some extra action. And if you read the Killing Joke book, there's not a lot of action. Not a lot of action till the end where a Batman's chasing down the Joker. That's about the only action you get in that book. Um, Not a lot of action. Uh, so they're definitely doing this for entertainment value. But right, Batmobile should be explode proof. Ryan Rivera says Lois is dead and can come up. Yep, she must be. That's why Superman's in that dome, right? Niner Empire. Heyo, heyo. Batgirl fighting the dude that wants to get with her, and he's like he likes getting beat up, and but then like she takes it a little bit too far here. You ruined everything. Oh, must be that time of the month. What a great line, dude. What a way to what can you get a more scummier line in that moment as he's getting his ass kicked? He's like, it must be that time of the month. That's pretty great. I mean, that's a great addition. Uh you can't deny that. That's pretty good. And the blood on her hands, like she is beating this dude's face in right now. Um and she's losing control, right? Uh and obviously it all ties back into like them having sex. Like she is distraught, like you know what I'm saying. Like she doesn't know what to think. She as she's beating up that dude, she says, "You ruined everything," which means like she has been wanting to get with Batman a long time. Like you know what I'm saying. Like it's something she's been planning out for a long time, right? Um, Invictus Samaritan. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, not a big fan of action in comic books. What's funny about that? If you read the Death of Superman, it's all action. It's just all action. Is not really much going on in the book. Um, yeah, dude. Uh, yeah, action's kind of boring in comic books. That's true. Um, Kyle Harkins. That's why Bruce always treats his sidekicks like soldiers, not like kids, because he doesn't like having feelings for people that much. Yeah, because Batman. I think he's always desperately trying to not feel, like because how much hurt he's been through, right? Uh, he doesn't want to go through that again. Um, but obviously, if you read the Scott Snyder run of Batman, you see him like really loving on Damian Wayne, like treating Damian Wayne as his son. Really, some emotional moments in those Scott Snyder books with him and Damian. Like, yeah, I really like that stuff. Of course, Kyle. Of course, Kyle. Star Wars. A Star Wars fan says, "If I'm Batman, I'm definitely picking Catwoman over Batgirl." I mean, they're all. Why can't we have both here? Um, I mean, he doesn't really have to pick because Barbara Gordon becomes paralyzed, becomes Oracle. So I mean, his only option's Catwoman, really. At the end of the day, um, and Talia al Ghul. Let's not forget Talia, guys. Let's not forget Talia al Ghul. I mean, Batman knocked up Talia. Like he got her pregnant. She had a kid. She had his kid. So it's not the first. Batman gets it on with a lot of people. Actually, when you think about it, and that's the end of it. What part are we on? 28 minutes, 13 seconds in. That's the end of their opening with Batgirl. Um, and now we are at the beginning of Killing Joke, and it literally starts on the same shot in the book with the rain and the foot hitting the puddle. Right? I think that's the first shot of the book. But this is added too. He goes to a crime scene. So they replace him going to Arkham here. Let's look at the book right here. I believe the first panel is hold on here. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Ooh. Yeah, first panel's the rain. and it's being splashed. So yeah, but in this book, it's the Batmobile that breaks the rain, right? Breaks the silence, breaks the puddle. Um, but this is a nice addition. He's walking in on a crime scene. It's obviously Joker. Joker has something to do with this, and Batman believes Joker's in the asylum. So now it's really setting up the beginning of the Killing Joke book, where Batman goes to the asylum. Because if you read, all right, I'm gonna get a little ahead of myself, but if you read the Killing Joke, it just starts with Batman going to the asylum, and there's not really much of like a reason why he's going to the asylum. He's just going to the asylum to talk to Joker. Um, you know, but in this movie, it gives you a reason why Batman's going to talk to Joker, because there's this crime. It looks like Joker did it. He thinks Joker's in the asylum, so he's going to go to the asylum and he's going to confront Joker. This is stuff that I think is kind of necessary to add, because it's kind of there's no reason why he goes to the asylum in the book. So that's a good addition. That's a good addition. Barbara Gordon running through the park. This is obviously everything in this movie is new so far. We haven't really got to the Killing Joke book. We got one panel from the book so far. But she's running around, running to her house. This is probably how Joker figures out where she lives, because he's following her as she's exercising, stuff like that. This is why you don't exercise, guys, because people could follow you back to your house and kill you. But yeah, I think that's the purpose of seeing Barbara Gordon exercise, is to show that Joker's following her. I mean, even though you don't see Joker, um, it's to establish that he knows where she lives, right? So I mean, that's I think it's subtle. It's a subtle deal. But here, we're at the beginning of the book. Batman just pulled up to the asylum, shot for shot. This is a right now we're getting to the shot for shot stuff. Um, I mean, Victor Samaritan says he always saw Batman being with Wonder Woman since he grew up with Justice League. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, there's some great stuff with Batman and Wonder Woman. Um, yeah, man. I think Wonder Woman respects Batman a lot. Like Wonder Woman wants to get with Batman. I think that's well established. I got Harvey Dent clawing at the door. I don't think he did that in the book. I have to look at the panels, but they showed Harvey Dent's cell. That's pulled right from the Killing Joke book, right? Uh, Lots of good shit. Exercise in your house, right? He also um, that's a good point. We're right in the book, guys. We're like word for word this scene right now, and yeah, this is word for word how this is going to end and stuff like that. Yeah, I like this because Batman's trying to have like a he's trying to reach Joker. Obviously, this guy's not Joker. This is a decoy. Um, it must be interesting for the decoy to hear Batman saying this stuff. He's like, I bet the decoy did not expect this, right? He's like, Batman's talk to me like he knows me. uh, it's fatal, and he's gonna hands. This is shot for shot right now. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good stuff. You harm one hair on his head, he throws the wig. That's straight out of the book. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the exact scene. They didn't alter anything, and it goes right into this scene with Joker buying the carnival. This is like fucking shot for shot, guys. This is pretty fucking like if you cut out the Batgirl stuff in this movie, this is what you're left with. You're left with a movie that's shot for shot the book. So, and obviously you got Mark Hamill doing Joker in this. He's famous for doing Joker, of course, and Kevin Conroy's Batman. So I mean, it's very good stuff. I'm crazy for it. Uh, how the fuck does this carnival salesman dude? How does he not know who the fuck the Joker is? You know, like why would he? Why would he be like, um, be like, oh, you like it? I could sell it to you. Like, dude, it's a Joker. Get away from him. That's a transition right from the book where he looks at the fat lady picture and it transitions right to the past. And I really like these scenes because you hear Mark Hamill's voice. He's not doing the Joker voice; he's doing his own voice, and I like that a lot. The way you say, "Oh," these are exact lines, guys. This is like the entire scene from the book. Nobody laughs. If you watch the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, this is where they get the whole Joker's a stand-up comedian and nobody's laughing. It's right from this fucking book. It's right from this scene. Um, no, genie. I think that's a great. When Mark Hamill says, "Oh, genie," I think that's a great that was a great line. That was a great you know interpretation of that. Uh, you know what they could have did with these scenes is they could have put it in like the black and white like they did in the book. Like it's not really so much black and white. It's like more like a if you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. They put it in a different color palette, and it is technically in a different color palette right now. So that's not that bad. But still, this is shot for shot, guys. This is word for word. Good and sack, you make me laugh. Uh, that's word for word. The fucking dude on the fucking this elephant, little rocker thing. That's right in the book. So let's see Todd Phillips' interpretation of Rogue's Gallery. Yeah, Ryan Rivera. That'd be dope to see the Batman Rogue Gallery by Todd Phillips. It'd definitely be more realistic. He's already killed him at this point. When he throws off the um, thing. Mm. So yeah, straight out of the book, and we're back at the dude. This is like, I'll let you know in the ad shit. Like this is like all fucking from the book, and this is a cool detail. If you pause it on this shot, you get all the famous Joker books, right? That he's been in, right? Uh, which is actually added. That's not in. I mean, you only get a few shots of Jokers on the back computer in the book. Um, I do recommend the motion comic. They did a motion comic for The Killing Joke as well. So if you really just want the book and nothing else, you can watch the motion comic. Um, but if they did turn this animated, well, not if they turned the Joker book into a movie, this is probably what they would do. They would add all that Barbara Gordon stuff. They would expand all that stuff because you have to. You have to add more time to it. So it's like, what do you add? You got to add something. Hell, we're already at the scene where Barbara Gordon's gonna get shot. Um, and when you think about like how many Batgirl movies there's been, there was a horrible one back in the 90s. It's called The Mystery of Batwoman. Fucking horrible movie about Batgirl. Um, so this is like the only other fucking Batgirl movie, right? That has Batgirl as the center. Um, this is fucking word for word, guys. Word for word. Your fussy your mother was. Uh, but they've established that this is her apartment already. Um, that's funny. They changed that line. She says Colleen and I are going to work out. In the book, she says Colleen and I are going to go to yoga or something like that. So they changed that a little bit because they already mentioned earlier in the movie that she's has a yoga class. And here's Joker at the door with the gun. She's opened it. The music's you know, and Joker doesn't know she's Batgirl. That's like the amazing thing, right? Like he's just trying to get at Commissioner Gordon. He doesn't know it's Batgirl. Like Joker just thinks she's a librarian. Like that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Scum. That was a cool detail. He picked up the scissors. Commissioner Gordon picked up the scissors and tried to stab Joker. Oh damn, this is like softbacks, like fucking word for word, guys. Um, and it kind of makes more sense, guys. It kind of makes more sense. Um, to prove a point is to crime. They stay on that shot longer, obviously for time. Um, but like, it makes more sense, right? Like uh, Batman wasn't able to protect Barbara Gordon right there because Batman is keeping his distance from her because he feels awkward about having sex with her. It sets it up so like she's by herself and Joker's able to get the drop on her, and Batman's like nowhere to be found. Um, what's up, Watcher? He's here for the watch party, man. We're at the 42-minute mark. We have our second flashback with the Joker. It's all word for word, guys. I mean, it's been word for word for like the last 15 minutes here. Kyle Hendricks says, "Has Alan Moore wrote any other Batman stories?" Um, I can't remember. I can't. He must have, unless the Killing Joke was his only one. I've been the one shot. But yeah, Google search it. I think he might have wrote some other short ones. And Victor Samaritan says Ray Fisher talking about the Snyder Cut on Twitch. Just saying. Sweet. Does he save those Twitch? Does he save those Twitch streams? Um, Big Lee says I just got Batman animated movie trilogy that include Batwoman, and I didn't even want to finish the film. Right? The mystery of Batwoman. It's rough. It's a rough one. A rough one. Um, the only way I could really deal with it is like it's just another episode of the animated series. I guess it's just a longer version of that. Um, and Victor Samaritan says, "I thought Alan Moore wrote Hush. No, that's Jeff Loeb. Jeff Loeb wrote Batman Hush. He also wrote, Long Halloween, Dark Victory, Haunted Night. Um, Jeff Loeb is a famous writer. And Jeff Loeb is actually in TV now. He does a lot of TV stuff. You've probably seen some of his shows and you didn't realize it. All right, so Ray Fisher does save it. All right, nice. I like that these crook dudes, they criticize, Joker's comedy. I think that was pretty funny. Um, I like that they expand on this, carnival more. Like, you see more of the carnival, you see more of, like, the freaks Joker has in this anime movie, and, now we're in the hospital with Barbara Gordon. Yeah, Jeff Loeb works, both sides of the industry. Um, Ryan C says Johns is real good. Which Johns? Jeff Johns? Uh, that's a cool shot when they poke her feet. That's not in the book, but that's like what they do in real life. They poke your feet, and if they don't twitch or anything, then you're paralyzed, right? That's actually different. The doctor in this movie says she'll never walk again, and in the book, the doctor says it's most likely she'll never walk again. Um, but Hardy Bullock. I think that's Hardy Bullock. They didn't tell you she was in a state of undress. Fucking that's word for word as well. It's so great. It's so great how accurate they are. Um, it makes up for like all the big changes they do at the beginning of the movie because they're so accurate in the second half that I could go with it. Batman, she wakes up here. I don't think they hug here because she's like all fucked up. Like she's in a neck brace here. And this is actually Barbara Gordon's last scene in this movie. He's taking it to the limit this time. You did see his eyes. Uh, and I think it's interesting. They there's a shot in the book where Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, and Batman they're in the hospital room and they hug each other. They embrace each other. Batman's trying to calm her down. Uh, so they share like an intimate moment, like in the book. So it is implied that Batman cares a lot about Barbara Gordon, like in more than just like a mentor way. So it's not like they're pulling the romance out of their fucking asses here. It is implied, and this is oh fucking you're going mad. This is all shot for shot. And if you played Arkham Asylum, you played Arkham Asylum, you'll see this exact same throne scene in that game. Uh, but yeah, I think Mark Hamill does a great job. This is like Mark Hamill's swan song. I don't think he needs to do another Joker role ever again. I think this is like the pinnacle. Like we don't really need to hear him again. But you know, um, Alan Moore's a weird dude. Oh yeah, dude. He's into magic and stuff. Isn't that funny about Alan Moore? He's into magic. Um, but then like his definition for magic's very broad. Uh, mysticism, I guess you could say. That's Alan Moore's into mysticism. Uh, it's interesting to hear him talk. It's really interesting. This is exactly a Joker's monologue to Commissioner Gordon right here. And I think the music backs it up real well too, which is something you don't get. Um, you don't get that when you read a book, right? You don't get you don't get the voice acting other than the voices in your head, right? You don't get the music, um, the moving images. It's nice. Uh, nice transition. that transitions straight from the book too. When they go back to the next flashback here, and we're in the third flashback. He's about to find out his wife's dead. And Ryan Rivera says, "More praise to a snake god." Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And that snake god's name is Jeff Johns. That joke was too easy, guys. That joke was way too easy, guys. Way too easy. The snake god, Jeff Johns. uh, so funny, so funny. It's so funny that people can call somebody a snake for doing their job. Like, it's funny. Um, yeah, 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 Kyle. He's continued to voice Joker many times. And many times Mark Hamill has said that he's not gonna voice Joker anymore, right? Like he said that many times. Like after Arkham City came out, he said, I'm never doing another video game. And he's in Arkham Knight. You know? Like, uh, so yeah, he does that often. Oh, Invictus Samaritan says Tim Curry was almost the voice of Joker instead of Mark Hamill. That would have been dope. They probably couldn't afford Tim Curry, right? So they probably couldn't afford him. Fuck, you know, Tim Curry. That would have been a god. Tim Curry would have been so good as the Joker. Now that I think about it, he has a great voice. Metalhead says you plan to do a Stargirl stream. Eh, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe for the first episode, maybe just to see it. I'm hearing some. They're having it's not the same team that does the CW show, so that interests me. And they're gonna have a bunch of characters in there. Like they're talking about like Doctor Fate. They're talking about like Jay Garrett. They're talking about Alan Scott, Green Lantern. That might be in the show. So it's like that'd be interesting. It might be an interesting show. And yeah, he just found out his wife's dead, and they're like, "Oh, that's too bad, but you're still gonna fucking do this heist with us." Um, and they cut out a shot from the book. When you read the book, um, you see like people in the background laughing at the Joker because it's all like one big joke, right? Um, and it's probably like Joker making it up, right? At the end of the day, this is cool. This is a montage of the book, um, and they took that's a line pulled straight from the Christian Bale Batman. Swear to me. They and we get Kevin Conroy's interpretation of that. And instead of having a montage where Batman's looking for Joker, we actually see him looking for Joker, right? So it's expanded on from the book. And I don't think anybody has a problem with this, right? They don't have a problem with seeing more of Batman looking for Joker, right? I don't understand a lot of people. They always have a bunch of problems with everything. Um, uh, Kyle? Is Tim Curry still alive? Is he alive, guys? Loving Soul, Doctor Fate, or Doctor Oh, Doctor Fate, dude. Doctor Fate is the man. You know why? Because it's the helmet. Doctor Fate's not like one individual person. It's the helmet that's the character, right? Um, oh, his voice was too scary. Wow. See, that's why he would make a great Joker, though. Joker's supposed to be a little scary. You're not supposed to be like happy to see Joker. You're supposed to be like terrified. This is added. This is not in the book at all. This court scene is completely added, and I think it's kind of brilliant. It's kind of brilliant, uh, but it is kind of like a little heavy-handed as well, because they're explaining more of the book, right? Um, that doesn't really need to be explained, right? We already get the idea. Joker's trying to drive Commissioner Gordon mad. Everybody can have a bad day that makes them go crazy. We don't really need Joker's reasoning, right? We don't need Joker explaining why he thinks Batman's crazy, why he thinks everybody's crazy. Like we get that already, but I like it because I mean, for anybody's first time with Killing Joke and watching this is going to be very handy. It'll be very handy if this is your first experience with Batman, right? But anybody watching this movie, it's not their first experience with Batman, so I don't understand that. Uh, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Yes, Tim Curry's alive. Nice. His strokes. Oh, yes, yeah, stroke. He did a paid Q&A. Nice. Um, yeah, yeah. Tim Curry's Pennywise is awesome. And this kind of, you know, in the book, he just shows. They just go right to the musical number, and he shows Commissioner Gordon the pictures of his daughter. And in this animated movie, Joker's trying to show Commissioner Gordon that Batman's just as crazy as Joker, and that's just another way Joker's trying to get Commissioner Gordon to go crazy. But it's a good point. It's a good point to bring up. That's why I like that scene. Now Batman's talking to the prostitutes, and apparently Joker likes getting on with prostitutes because they know where he is, which is interesting. But it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I don't think Joker's very sexual. Like we see it with Harley Quinn a lot, but I think Joker's like he doesn't really have sex with Harley Quinn. You know, he's too obsessed with like Batman to even think about having sex with anybody. Uh, but here we go. We're at the musical number now. So they had a couple new scenes, and now we're back into exactly what the book is. Go Ludi. Uh, yeah, Kyle, that's a good point. He's sexual when it comes to Batman. It's like he wants to get on with Batman a lot. Ludi. I actually like the interpretation of the song here. I think it makes sense. This is kind of like how I was reading it in the book anyway, like a fucking old school musical number here. Uh, but when you're actually reading the musical number, it's really tough to hear like the cadence. It's tough to hear, how the song is sounding. Yeah, you don't really hear, you know. But yeah, I like the interpretation. I think it makes sense. He just throws the baby. That's funny. Yeah, Victor Samaritan. Oh yeah, Ryan. They mentioned it in an animated series. Yep, Harley could be making it up. We all know Harley's crazy. Uh, oh, here's Commissioner Gordon seeing Barbara. Barbara. It's actually more uh, PG than the book because the book you actually see uh, her nude. Like you only see little glimpses of it, but like you see her ass, stuff like that. Um, Batman just got the ticket to the carnival. It's going to the carnival. We're approaching the end of this movie already, guys. Already. There's only like 18 minutes left. In the Arkham series, Joker got Harley pregnant, so he's pretty sexual. He did? He did? When that happened? Was that Arkham Knight? I don't remember that at all. Uh, yeah, guys. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we all know Joker wants to fuck Batman. Okay. I like you see more of the freaks in the background. I like that. Um, word for word. You know, yeah. I mean, if anybody's saying that they ruined the Killing Joke, I think they're kind of being hyperbolic here because this is all very word for word. Um, yeah, yeah. I think you guys are missing the point of the Joker sexual being comment. It's not Joker's priority to have sex ever, ever. Okay, so that's the point. Oh yeah, Arkham City. That's right, metalheads. The positive test. Yeah, that's right. But they never follow up on that. They never follow up on it. You know, Arkham City, she's not pregnant. You know, so I mean, Arkham Knight, she's not pregnant, so she might have had a miscarriage. Who knows? Like they never follow up on it. Word for word. I like the shot. You get to see inside the mask. Uh, dun, dun. What's funny if you read the Scott Snyder run of Batman, he re you actually get a new interpretation of this scene. That's straight out Killing Joke. Yeah, we're in the final flashback. Everything's going wrong. They're in the chemical plant. They're at Ace Chemicals. Oh, they just show that dude get shot in the head. So is this anime film rated R? I think it is. He's the Red Hood. He got shot in the head. Wow, you see the bullet hole in his head. I don't know if you actually see that. Look, no more. It's that Beck guy. Yeah, that's right from the book as well. Great shot, Batman, right there. And Joker trips over himself, goes into the chemical bath, and they actually dwell on Joker going through this the chemical bath out and draining out into the you know reservoir. And they take their time with the scene. In the book, it's literally like 6 panels. That's it. You get like one page, you see him get drained out, and you see him start laughing on the next like splash page. Um, but this one, they really like dwell on it, and I like that. I like that they dwell on him laughing. Uh, like it's slow panning. Uh, they're really trying to build up this moment a lot because it is a big moment in the book. It's a great shot in the book, but it's like ah, ah, uh, great shot in the book. I think they did that justice in this anime movie because it's definitely a moment like that should be like they should like dwell on it a little bit more in the book. It feels like it goes by real fast in the book. But yeah, one bad nomad. I think that's how you say your name. Killing joke totally killed the joke. Totally, totally killed the joke. Uh, oh, scratchy. And we get a little action with Batman fighting some carnival goons here. Obviously expanded way more on. I mean, in the book, he just like literally just kind of like starts chasing Joker. He frees Commissioner Gordon and just starts chasing Joker. Um, we get to that. The big lady. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder how Joker got these carnival freaks to side with him. Are they all just as crazy as him? because they lost their livelihoods or something like that. Like, I wish we got more of like an explanation of like how he convinced all these freaks to side with him. He probably made them all go crazy, right? Like he's trying to do with Commissioner Gordon. But yeah, Ryan, see, uh, uh, yeah, guys, yeah, the Arkham games are its own universe too. I mean, uh, uh, stretch it out. Yeah, that's where the book picks up. Like Joker's like, I give you the average man. It's like a, you know, the acid. That's straight out of the book too. Straight out of the book. And in the book, Commissioner Gordon starts like breaking down in Batman's arms, and yeah, they do the same thing here. Let it out, let it come. Yeah, that's a direct line from the book. Shadow Vessel. We're almost done with the movie. We're an hour and 5 minutes in. There's literally 11. There's 11 minutes left, guys. 11 minutes left. Go after him. One brought him by the book. By the book. Like, and Batman doesn't answer Commissioner Gordon right there, which is different from the book. In the book, Batman says he'll try his best, but he doesn't make any promises. And in the animated movie, Batman doesn't say a fucking word. So it's even more like like ambiguous as to what Batman's about to do to Joker. Uh Very interesting. I love this Joker monologue right here as they're walking through all these what looks like LED screens or something. uh in the comic book, I think it's just a mirror room. Yeah, now we get to like the mirror room. What bad day. And this is technically a really bad day for Batman, like Barbara Gordon just got paralyzed. Uh, he almost lost Commissioner Gordon as well. Uh, this is like fucking shot for shot, guys. He just killed that thing. Those little little people like freak things. He threw one into the spike pit right there. Like they're dead. Like they're dead. Uh, you know what I'm saying? Batman's done fucking around in this anime film. Something like that happened to me. This is a cool shot that's not in the book. Um, it's a callback to the flashbacks. They're in the kitchen and it's upside down. This isn't in the book. You don't see the room they're fighting in. It's like it's really tough to tell like where they're fighting. But this is a cool idea that Joker's like he's recreated this fake memory. Like it's just a multiple choice. It's not a real memory. Um, fuck geese. He's talking about the Cold War when they almost launched nukes because of the flock of geese. Straight out of the book, word for word. Uh, Straight out of the book, guys. Oh, Shadow Vessel, they're fine. Yeah, they're fine. Why aren't you laughing? Because I've heard it before. It wasn't funny the first time. Like, how could you say, like, they did it pretty much justice, man. Like, this is pretty goddamn word for word. It's great. He's as same as he ever was. A great moment. And he pulls the mask. What? That's one of the best moments in the book when he actually pulls down Batman's mask. I mean, the music's really good here too, guys. Like it's building up to like the breaking point. Uh, of course, Joker has the wrong gun, which is a total Joker thing. He just has the wrong gun. He doesn't want her, but they're running out of alternatives. Uh, obviously, Alan Moore doesn't really care about these arbitrary rules that people set for Batman that he can't kill. Obviously, Alan Moore doesn't give a fuck about any of that. I like that he's really trying to reach Joker here, and Joker says it's too late, uh, which it is. Joker's done too much bad to be redeemed. It's like if somebody was trying to redeem Jeffrey Dahmer. It's like uh, it's far too late. The second you start like eating people, I think you've gone too far. You know, kind of irredeemable. Uh, and of course, we get the joke. The title of the book is called "The Killing Joke," and Joker says the joke that gets him killed. At least that's my interpretation. Because why else is the book called "The Killing Joke"? Right? The ending of the book, Joker tells a joke. So, like, where's the killing part? No one dies in this. No one dies in this. Barbara Gordon doesn't die. Commissioner Gordon doesn't die. Batman doesn't die. So who's killing who? Um, Metalheads. Do you think Zach and Alan Moore would get along? Uh, I don't know. I think when Zack Snyder was making Watchmen, he tried to reach out to Alan Moore, and Alan Moore didn't. He never said anything back or something. But yeah, Zack Snyder tried to talk to him, but Alan Moore fucking hates the Hollywood system. He hates when they make his comic books into movies. He thinks comic books should be separate from movies. And there you go. Batman starts laughing with him, puts his hands like right here, very close to that neck, and then Joker stops laughing in this anime movie, and you just hear Kevin Conroy laughing. And they cut out the whole police cars pulling up. That's the only thing they cut out right there. It says Batman the Killing Joke, and that's the end. Directed by Sam Liu, who also directed Red Sun. So, and written by Brian Azzarello, guys. Written by Brian Azzarello. You know what I'm saying? Like, they weren't fucking around. The changes they made, they had good reasoning. Uh, and they didn't change anything when we actually get to the book, Um, but yeah, that opening bit with Batgirl, that was written by Brian Azzarello. So, I mean, like, I'm not saying like he's the greatest writer of all time, but he's pretty goddamn good. Um, Here's a Brian Azzarello book I just read. Oh wait, no, we're in the mid credit scene here. Hold on, mid credit scene. A great tie-in to their animated universe. We actually see Batgirl becoming Oracle. She's in a wheelchair, and you see her get into her computer room. Uh, but then if you watch Batman Hush, she's not Oracle. She's just Batgirl. Like, what a dumb, like, how, like, dumb do you have to be? Like, why wouldn't you tie this into your animated universe and just have her as Oracle? This is her origin. This is how she becomes Oracle. It's this animated film, right? Like, pretty cool that you get a little Oracle stuff. Obviously, never in the Killing Joke. She doesn't become Oracle in the comics till well after Killing Joke. So, yep, that's it. That's it for that. But yeah, Sam Liu directed this. Sam Liu also directed Red Sun, which uh, it's funny because when we get to the Killing Joke in this movie, he's very true. He's very true to the book. But then you watch Red Sun, and he's also very true to Red Sun, but he takes a lot of liberties, way more so than this movie. Like this movie, they don't take any liberties when we get to the actual book. They really do it word for word. But in Red Sun, uh, it's like they kind of like disregard the book, which is like kind of strange. I don't know why they did that. But anyway, Brian Azzarello um, wrote this animated film, and he's a famous comic book writer who's responsible for writing the other famous Joker book, which is this is obviously the sleeve. Brian Azzarello's Joker, which is what the Heath Ledger Joker was based off of. Obviously, the hardcover doesn't look as good as the Killing Joke one, but oh yeah, man. Oh look, my bookmark, crisp new $20 bill, uh, which comes with every purchase of a comic book, by the way, a crisp $20 bill. Fucking around. But yeah, this is Brian Azzarello, probably responsible for writing one of the best Joker books of all time, other than Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, and it's really something that they brought him on to uh, like shape this Killing Joke movie into an actual film. Really interesting. They did that. I don't know why they just won't let him keep doing that with other movies. DT Films in the building. You're late. It's fine. You can always restart the stream and watch along. Uh, right, Kyle. That'd be an interesting Elseworld story if Joker actually uh, went along with what Batman was saying, right? San Lou isn't writing the script. He's just a good leader. Oh yeah, probably, probably. Uh, that's a wrap. One bad nomad. Uh, yeah, it's, a shadow vessel, and it's told through the point of view of his bodyguard. Oh yeah. The Brian Azzarello Joker book. Yeah, um, pretty great book. Pretty great book. Uh, so that is pretty awesome. They got the author of the other famous Joker book because like there's not. I mean, there's a lot of famous Joker books, but nothing are more famous than the Killing Joke. And the only one that comes close is this one, this Joker book. That's another one that comes close. But yes, we got Batman Killing Joke. Um, Reminds me of a Telltale game. Oh yeah, Kyle. Oh yeah, Kyle. Every comic book store should have it. Um, my comic book shop that I went to, they had like 6 copies of it. Like I'm surprised. Like there's a lot of copies of it. Um, Brian Azzarello also wrote the book. Damn, Batman, damn. That's another one I gotta get around to. But as you see, the ending that we get in the animated film is word for word. Um, of course, they cut out the headlights of the police cars. That's cut out. That's like the only thing cut out of this ending is these headlights. That's it. And you see them laughing, and continues right there and it stops. But when you read the book, you don't know, if like both are laughing is stopping at the same time, or is it just Joker laughing, or is it just Batman laughing? In this animated movie, they give you a definitive like it's just Batman laughing at the end. Uh and Joker goes silent. Like I think that's pretty telling. I think that's like they're saying he kills the Joker right there. Um, but of course, the Killing Joke is not canon. At least I don't think it is. The actual comic book. Um, at least according to DC's wiki or something, it's not technically canon. But they use it. They reuse images from the Killing Joke in like almost every Batman story. So, um, you know, I would watch a Batman metal animated miniseries on HBO. Oh yeah, dude. I would watch any Batman miniseries on HBO, right? Um, yeah, but what do y'all think of this animated film? I really think like the Batgirl stuff is, everybody's hatred of that is very hyperbolic because it's only 28 minutes of the film. Uh, it's done for very specific reasons. It's written by Brian Azzarello, so it's like what's the real problem with it? You just don't like you don't like seeing these characters in an adult setting or something like that. You don't like to see Batgirl um, and Batman actually have an adult interaction. Is that why? Um, but let's look at this Blu-ray. What they got for us special features? Um, they got ads for Batman, Bad Blood, and the Suicide Squad, and they also had a trailer for Batman vs Superman on this Blu-ray, which is cool, pretty cool. Um, and a sneak peek at the Dark Knight Returns as well. Pretty cool. They have a bonus feature on here called Madness Set to Music. I think that's like, yeah, that's probably like the best thing about this animated film is that I feel like the musical cues they hit, when they're supposed to, right? Especially that ending bit where like the music's like getting like louder and louder, and Joker pulls out the gun. But then again, I actually think the animation in this movie is not as good as I feel like they should just did the same art style as the book. Honestly, should just did the same art style because it looks very good in the book. Like this shot right here of Joker. I don't know if it's going to come up on this camera, but this top one right here, uh, this top one right here. Look at that fucking face. Can you see Joker's face? That is the creepiest. That is by far the creepiest version of Joker I've ever seen. Like he looks fucking like gone. Like in that moment, like he's fucking lost his shit. DT Films. If Apocalypse War is the end of the DC animated film universe, with the new 52 style, I hope they get back to the roots of their greatness. That's what we're all hoping for. I was really close to making a video about that. That's legit. Apocalypse War is going to be the end of the DC shared animated universe. That's how they're going to wrap it up. Uh, and then they're definitely going to go back to like just making great adaptations, probably. Because the whole shared universe thing really fucked up Batman Hush. It really did. Like totally unnecessary too. Um, Star Wars fans like make the video. Yeah, I'll probably make it. I want to get something like more official though, because I think it was only like what was it, like comicbook.com, or like they're the only ones that are talking about it. And like, can I get a couple more, TT Films said, thank goodness. I hope the Batman Who Laughs gets a good animated treatment. Oh yeah, that's something they could do a lot with because the man, I don't know if you mean the Man Who Laughs, because that's a very old comic, the Man Who Laughs, and that's something that you could actually change, and actually make better. Um, uh, you know, Not drastic changes, but you know what I mean. Kyle says he'll probably watch Apocalypse War just to see Darkseid. Oh yeah, we got a few animated films with Darkseid. We got Batman, Superman, Apocalypse. You got Justice League War, and I think there's one more, and that's about it. I think they need more Darkseid. Need more Dark. We almost had it. Zack Snyder had Darkseid. He had Darkseid. Oh, oh. Shadow says, I don't think anyone would have the balls to make an accurate metal animated series. I don't know, man. The metal books are very popular in DC. They're very popular books. I could definitely see them making animated films out of them. Definitely. They made an animated film called Batman Ninja, right, where it was just a pure anime with Batman Japan, right? That was a lot like I mean, you could do a Batman metal like that, really. Reign of Superman has Darkseid in it. I haven't seen Reign of Superman yet. Hold on here, hold on. But I got it. I got Reign of Superman. I still haven't seen it. It's actually still in the plastic. Um, I'm just waiting to watch it. I know it's not going to be like a great film, but I definitely watch it. I might stream it because it'll be my first time watching it. Um, a Dark Side origin movie directed by Zack Snyder would be epicness. What's fucked up about that, Kyle, is that Avra DuVernay, whatever her name is, she's doing the origin film for Darkseid. That's what New Gods is. New Gods is essentially Darkseid's origin film. Uh, I think that got canned though, because it's been so long. Like, there's no way they're gonna be able to make that film. It's in development hell. Um, Star Wars fan says I would love to see a Batman series without any of his rogues villains, just Batman going up against crime like in year one. Um, I think that'd be a cool idea. That'd be a cool idea. Um, you eventually got to get some Batman rogues in there though near the end. Ryan C says Robert Rodriguez did Sin City 1 and 2. Oh yeah. I love Robert Rodriguez. He also did Alita Battle Angel and he did the Spy Kids movies. But yeah, I love Sin City. He'd be perfect for yeah. Oh, Ryan C says he could do Batman Metal. Yeah, I think Robert Rodriguez would be a great fit for that. Um, yeah, right, Jacob's right, Jacob Salas. Ava's been doing a lot of other shit, right? So it really feels like that New Gods movie's like done. That's done. But yeah, any guys last final thoughts on Killing Joke here? Obviously, my interpretation of the ending for Shadow Vessel that came in earlier wanted to know that. I mean, not Shadow Vessel, Invictus Samaritan. He wanted to know that. Yeah, my interpretation is Batman strangles Joker to death. He like this was Batman's one bad day. Like that's what it's not about Joker's one bad day. It's about Batman's one bad day where Batman snaps and he just has that one bad day, and that's all it takes to kill a Joker and set him off a completely different course. Obviously, no, that's like canon. That's all like just interpretation, right? That's all like just like what I'm getting out of reading it after seeing this animated film. Um, it feels like what the next story should be is like how Batman recovers from killing Joker right here, right? Um, I think that would be a great like that. If they sequelize this, right, and they made a sequel to the Killing Joke book, I think that would be a cool sequel. Like we see, the police don't trust Batman anymore because they just saw him kill Joker right in front of them. He's back as on the run, just like in Batman Year One, where the police are hunting him down, and yeah, his whole Bat family's questioning him and stuff like that. It'd be really interesting. Be really interesting. Kyle says he liked the Killing Joke animated film, and if he feels that people hating on it are just being ridiculous, um, yeah, I think there's a little bit of a hyperbole. They're being a little bit hyperbolic. Uh, but I definitely wasn't being hyperbolic when it came to like Red Sun. Like I felt like um, I understood why they did some changes, but I didn't understand at all why they would change some things about that story. Um, but in this one, I understand the changes, and I think it actually expands on the book, and that doesn't really bother me that much. DT Films, Killing Joke sequel as an Elseworld, of course, yeah, of course. I feel like this Batman Killing Joke graphic novel is an Elseworld story in itself, um, because I think DC still considers it non-canon, even though they use it constantly. It's still technically not canon. Um, Star Wars fan, you really want a down to earth Batman like year one again. I think they made year two. I don't know if Frank Miller made year two. I think somebody else might have made year two, but I don't know. Might be some more Falcone stuff. I would also recommend Star Wars fan if you haven't read The Law on Halloween. Uh, I highly recommend that. You'll love it. Falcone is like the main character, the main bad guy in that book, and his son actually becomes a new he becomes a new villain. So that they create a new villain in that story. So that's pretty cool. Um, oh yeah, Shadow Vessel. Yeah, in our head canon, Killing Joke is always going to be there, and I think DC realizes that. So they're not, I, they're not discouraging. They're not saying that you're wrong for thinking Killing Joke is a canon. DT Film says McFarlane did year two's artwork. That's cool. McFarlane's very famous for Spawn and other stuff. He used to do a lot of covers actually. Yeah. Um, yeah, Kyle. They're being a little over dramatic. Um, yeah, I mean, I understand people love they love the Killing Joke book. I mean, most people like the Killing Joke is like the first comic book because it's more approachable because you already know who Joker and Batman are, and it's short. You can read it in like one sitting, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes if you want to take your time, like it's not that, daunting. There's some graphic novels that are pretty daunting that, some people just don't read, like this From Hell, this Alan Moore From Hell book. Like I'm not even halfway through it. It is a daunting book. It's fucking thick. It is a thick book. Um Identity Crisis. Yeah, Shadow Vessel has a great Batman Robin story. I fucking love Identity Crisis. Just the way that book starts with Elastic Man. Oh my god! Like, what a way to make just a completely nobody character mean something. Like, fucking genius, fucking genius. I think a lot of people were expecting something more on the lines of like Crisis on Infinite Earths type thing, but it's not like that at all. Really, it's more like a murder mystery type thing. Um, Star Wars fan says he's read Long Halloween but never read Dark Victory. Ooh, which is what I'm currently reading now. Oh, dude, you're gonna love Dark Victory. I think Dark Victory is probably the greatest sequel to any comic book ever. Like, I can't think of many like comic book sequels that are like better than the original book, right? Like Long Halloween is a great book. It's one of my favorites of all time. But Dark Victory like almost tops it because I'm a huge Two Face fan, and that's like his coming out party is Dark Victory. So I really like that. Haunted Night is actually very good as well. It's almost like a collection of like stuff they just couldn't fit into the other books, right? That's what like Haunted Night really is. Um, Shaw Vessel says Tim Drake's dad is killed by Captain Boomerang. I've got a hardcover of Identity Crisis and Death of the Family. You mean hardcover of Death in the Family? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, yeah, Identity Crisis is real good. What's funny? Uh, Death in the Family is real cheap right now. Like the comic book you can get for real cheap right now. Um, but I personally love Death of the Family, the Scott Snyder Death of the Family. I think that's my favorite. Um, that has to do with like the Robin dying stuff and like that. Um, you know. All right, guys, we're almost done with the beer here. I think I'll stay on until I'm done with the beer. Um, oh yeah, Shabbos. I totally recommend. I recommend all of Scott Snyder's stories, by the way, all the way from like Batman, Black Mirror, all the way through his New 52 stuff. Like, it's all excellent. Excellent. Way better than Tom King. It's not even close, guys. I I don't even just understand why people love Tom King. There's some people that fucking love Tom King. I don't get it. I do not get it. I do not get it. Um, um, yeah, Ryan C. Yeah, huge graphic novels usually do have chapters. Um, like From Hell has like I think it's like 16 chapters in From Hell, and each chapter's like you know it's like its own fucking like graphic novel and in of itself. Yeah, Faceless Joker is fucking just my. Can you imagine if they did a Faceless Joker in the movies? Oh my god, The fucking belt strap is holding his face together like that. We might get that with Robert Pattinson. I feel like the Robert Pattinson Batman would fit with that kind of Joker from Scott Snyder's run, right? Uh, DT Film says I didn't like the gift arc by Tom King where he ruined Booster Gold. See, like I didn't read that, and I'm so glad I didn't. By the way, you just described it in that sentence. I love Booster Gold. I think he's like one of the most underrated characters DC has because he's really Booster Gold's like DC's answer to Deadpool, and like we all saw how big Deadpool just got. So like, why wouldn't you make a Booster Gold movie? Like, fuck it, why not? Kyle says, how do you feel about Vince McMahon still going through WrestleMania 36 rather than delaying it until the virus stops? Yeah, man, I almost I don't understand where Vince McMahon's coming from. Um, he's always about making money. Like Vince McMahon's one of the greatest promoters of all time when it comes. I know we're getting off topic with the wrestling stuff, but yeah, WrestleMania 36 happening today. First part is today. They're breaking it up into two parts. So it's not going to be like a 10-hour show. It's going to be like 5 hours tonight and 5 hours tomorrow. And it's all going to be in front of no fans. Like, that's mind blowing. Why wouldn't, if I was Vince McMahon, I would, uh, I would have a select audience for it. They're going to do it in like the Performing Arts Center, I think, in Orlando. And I would, I would get people that are healthy that don't have coronavirus, and I would fill it up with them. It'd be like a lottery type thing. um, oh yeah, the strangest WrestleMania for sure. This is gonna be, guys. Watching wrestling without audience participation is it's rough. It's rough. It's not what wrestling's meant for. Like wrestling's meant for the audience. You know what I'm saying? Like the only reason they're having the match is for the audience, and the audience dictates how the match is going to go. And without that, it's like how does ring psychology work? If there's nobody there to cheer or boo, like what the fuck are you going to do? Like how do you know if the match is going good if you're not hearing any cheers, right? Um, but yeah, that's enough about WrestleMania. Um, Ryan C. Monday Raw is Orlando, I believe. I believe they're having it in that Performing Arts Center in Orlando, Full Sail University, right? I believe they're not having it at Raymond James. They're not going to have. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have Mania at Raymond James because they're using Raymond James for something else. Uh, Raymond James Stadium is where the Bucks play. Um, oh yeah, Star Wars fan. What about Khabib versus Ferguson Candigan? Isn't that hysterical for the fifth time? Oh my god, it's like God doesn't want the match to happen. There's some other supernatural forces at work here. Yeah, this is turning into like a WrestleMania stream. Yeah, Goldberg versus Braun Strowman is going to be really bad. Goldberg is fucking shit, guys. He's like one of the worst wrestlers of all time. So bad. I tried to go watch Goldberg matches from like WCW. Woo, they're on YouTube. Like it's rough, guys. Like the guy can only do two moves, and he fucking botches everything else. It's rough. Uh, God doesn't want the match to happen because he doesn't want Khabib to lose. So true. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna do it. Um, this is about where I want the stream to end anyway. I think we covered a lot about this Batman Killing Joke. Obviously, I I'm far more happier with how this movie came out as opposed to Batman Hush and like Superman Red Sun. Like Superman Red Sun is not as egregious. It's all right. Like it's not my favorite. I don't like this how they changed Wonder Woman. I don't like how they changed Lois Lane. I don't like how they changed the fucking Revelations. But it's fine. I mean, like it's watchable. Batman Hush is like not watchable, so that's pretty rough. That's a pretty rough one. But this Batman Killing Joke, like we're talking panel for panel, word for word. If you don't want the Batgirl stuff, just skip the first half hour. Skip first 28 minutes, and you're fine. That's what they had the scene selection for on the Blu-ray. Uh, Metalhead says, "Do a Last Jedi watch party." We will. We will. What's that date coming up, guys? What's that date coming up in May? Metalheads? May 4th, maybe? Would that be a good day to stream Last Jedi, guys? How do you guys feel about that? Watching Last Jedi on May the 4th. Um, DT Film says, Hush is pure garbage, period. Uh, Hush is garbage, period. Of course. Of course. Uh, which short is featured on Superman Red Sun copy? Hold on, I have it right here. Uh, includes DC Showcase short for a Phantom Stranger. That's what it was, Phantom Stranger. Um, I haven't watched it yet. I watched the short on the Hush one. The actual oh wait, uh the animated short on Batman Hush is actually pretty good. I like that one a lot. I don't have Batman Hush here with me. Yeah, DT Films on May the 4th. We bashed the Last Jedi. Ah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Pretty good idea. Rob Zombie made a DC short. He did? What? He did? Uh, it doesn't say it was directed by. I mean, they have a bunch of DC anime shorts. Ryan, see, like your Snyder. Oh yeah, the merch, the fucking BVS posters, the BVS posters. Um. Oh yeah, Shao Vessel, Phantom Stranger, the song. Yeah, man, dude. Last time I listened to Rob Zombie music, dude, I was probably in high school, probably like middle school. I'm the heavy man. I don't know how that fucking song goes at all. Um, Catwoman watch party would be fun. Yeah. Guys, we can get around to all this stuff. It's just gonna take a long time. It's just gonna take a long time. Uh, you know what I want to do with Star Wars though? I wanted to watch, all of them like in a specific order. Like I wanted to watch like episode 4, and then episode 1, and episode 2, and then episode 5, and then uh episode 3, and then episode 6. I want to do it in that order because I I feel like it makes the saga better a little bit. Um and then of course the sequel trilogy with with Rey and Kylo, that will not be included when we watch all those movies back to back, right? But on May the 4th, I think we'll definitely do Last Jedi for sure. But yeah, thanks guys for joining. Leave a like if you liked it. Rewatch it if you're bored, and yeah, man, spread it with your grandma. I'm sure your grandma's gonna love these streams. She's a nice lady. She needs a little attention right now. Okay, she's a little lonely. It's been great hanging out with everybody. Take care. Um, Hope everybody had a good time watching the movie. I know the Batgirl stuff is kind of like jarring, uh, but it's all about getting to that Killing Joke stuff. Once we get to the Killing Joke, it's all gravy. It's like fucking it's gravy. It's great. I mean, voice acting's great, music's great, shot for shot, word for word. Like they only add a couple of things. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Have a great one. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And yeah, check out Mania. Check out Mania. Mania's happening tonight. First part's tonight. And I think Dave Junkie was going to do a watch along with something, right? Was he going to do a watch along for Dawn of the Dead? So you got a couple options tonight. All right, all right. But that's it for tonight. See you guys. Bye bye.